And they spent one full day with some Muslim women in London to find out what their difficulties are. And they say it is shocking. It is shocking, they say. We say we are such good people, and look what we do with them. And now they think that there will be some charges coming because these are policewomen. And they're calling them terrorists, all kinds of things, giving them hard time. Yvonne Redley, who became a Muslim, she said the same thing. She said, first time I put the hijab, I went out, all the taxis would go past me, they would never stop for me. He says, we are British, we have a tradition, what kind of Britain is this? And now it's all exposed. It's a very interesting article here. One person, he says, you are relaying the news about Iran in UK. Let's talk about the news in Tehran about what's happening in London. And he wrote the whole thing. He says, Ayatullah Brown is ruling for 2 years without getting elected. Ayatullah Brown has got only 15% of people behind him. 15%. What kind of a democracy is that? He is ruling the people without getting elected just because he is head of the party. And he says, like they say, Hujjatul Islam or whatever lower rebel rank, he says 500 Hujjatul Islam have committed crimes. They gave money, 6 homes they are maintaining. They are charging for watching garbage films, they are charging the government. They are buying stuff for their kids with the money of the government. Everyone is a criminal. They say we can't even prosecute them. Though even then, in the criminals, mashallah, a Muslim has got prominence, Lord Zahir Ahmed or whatever, he resigned right away. The others say we don't want to resign. Crime runs in our blood. We are here because of being a criminal. Why should we resign? He said, Lord Zahir Ahmed is a Muslim, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Let him resign. He resigned, he took some few $100, like £400, he had to resign. He said, I'll resign. It's such a horrible thing is happening. Now everything is getting exposed. So that's the way they have lived all through. And that's why now it's a big problem for them. There's a big problem that they say in Iran you cannot blame. How many people you can blame? Even now when the voting is coming, it's a shock for them because direct election happens in Iran. There's a direct election there in Iran. It doesn't happen any place. And they say, how come Iran has become like one of the most powerful countries on earth? We don't know what is happening in Brazil and Holland and other places. Who is getting elected? Switzerland, I don't know how many parties are there. How come they all go about Iran? Just like it's in Britain or US, how many groups are there? Why? How come you give so much importance? Why are you scared about them? And this is the power of voting. Because what Khamenei did, it just says everyone should vote. So from 60% the voting became 85%. So 25% of 46 million is 11 million. So the calculations went by 11 million. 11 million votes. And it shows whole history of Islam comes. They have the article saying butcher of Beirut for Hussain Moosvi. Because he was responsible for killing the Americans. He was responsible when they were attacking, and Allah says in the ayat, beautiful, do not make your enemies and my enemies friends. This Surah Saf. Beautiful. I used to wonder, how come? Yes, look at Benazir Bhutto. Her father was killed by the Americans, she gave me the American. I have an article here. Mahmoud Abbas is a Holocaust denier. But now they know he is the one we can grab. Anytime we can charge him. So he'll do whatever they want. So many people are getting in Gaza, and Gaza, they're slaughtering them like anything. And everyone was enjoying. But you're seeing what happened in Samara, Allah says, the same, whatever happens here, everyone was quiet. In Gaza, people were killed, they won't even mention.
Yes, you're right.
They won't even mention. The people say, how come things would get so bad before the coming of Immam-Mahdi alayhi salam? We see with our own eyes. Saudi has the guts to mention, Abdullah has guts to mention, we'll repair all the homes. Don't worry, he says. He says, kill the people, the homes will go because of them, and we'll repair all the homes. What happened to the people? No. Because Iran is helping them, because, the followers of Imam Zaman al-Islam are helping. It's very difficult for us. How much help should go to from Tehran or Iran to Hezbollah? How much help should go to Gaza? Gaza, no one cares. Because say, as soon as they talk about Ahl al-Bayt, how can you have a war in the face of the earth where you don't involve Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam? There is no way a Muslim can fight. Even in Pakistan, Nishan-E Haidar. Ya Ali, you have to say that. That's how you can survive. Muhammad Alasi was here, brother, and he was talking about that. Oh, we've become nationalists. I said, no, when did we become nationalists? 50 years? It happened at the time of Muawiyah. He had non-Muslim people advising him. And look at the Pope. Pope has issued a statement saying you should do sukuk in Britain. Sukuk is rahan. He's talking, this is the best way to work. No interest is involved, he says. Vatican released a statement. Sukuk should be introduced. Government is thinking of introducing that in Britain. Actually, they have done part of it. They are making it a full-fledged thing. Take the interest away. Interest, you're making money for no reason. He says sukuk is, the company says, I will give this for $50 to you, whenever. You give me the money, in the meantime you use it. So when I use it, I give the services to them. So the house, I have a house, I say to the bank, I have a house, you keep it, you give me 100,000. The house is generating $1,000 rent. That rent the bank is getting as munafa, as a profit. That's pure profit. And when I get the 100,000, I give it to the bank, and I get the place, the thing. He says sukuk is beautiful. Now, with the ETFs, they say I'm drinking coffee, 50 cents, and people are betting that this coffee will be finished in 15 minutes. I'll give you $500,000. Someone says no, I'll give you $1 million. And that's what they were doing in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, when the person is dying, they were betting this person will die at 10 o'clock, 10:14. And previously they get the certificate and the money is distributed among nurses and everything. And then it came to the point that the mafia, organized crime got involved. They said to the doctor, you write 10:20. He says it's 5 in the morning. He says, no, you write 10:20, otherwise we'll kill you, because so many million are stuck with them. And some nurses kill the patient because they invested themselves. They have to kill the patient because they want to get $1,000. How dumb it is that people are betting on how much peanuts will grow in Atlanta, what kind of a crop will be there in Manitoba. There millions are put on that. I think this will be this much and this will be futures, they call it. And now we see the destruction of the whole economic system. There's a prediction, and you have to be careful with the prediction. There's a prediction, 2010. The Russian has predicted America will break up into 6 parts. American power is all controlled by China now. When the Senate had to pass it, it took 2 hours. 2 hours, they didn't even talk about it. Say, China can own the power plants. You see, but istiqama is so important. Makaru makar Allah, planning is so important. Imam Ali al-Islam said that you have to plan in this world like you live forever. For the akhirah, as if the next moment you'll die. He says this is the balance. In this world, live as you're going to survive 20 years, 30, 100 years, 1,000 years. When they asked Moses, what are you doing? What is all of that? He says, in 50 years, in 1958 he said, in 50 years, they're quoting him all over now. 50 years, he says, every American home would have a Chinese product. He said, what are you talking about? You're stupid. The China, communists, they'll buy from you? Come on. See how they move it around.
Actually,
how is the truth? It's the truth. Every home, everything that you have.
Exactly.
When I had the book about Immam-Mehdi al-Islam, I was bringing from states here. And they said, why did you get that printed? I said, because you wouldn't allow it to come. Americans wouldn't allow. So I said, print it there. What can you do? That's what we do with Mahjuba. We get 1 copy from here, take it to states and print 3,000 copies. Because Mahjuba cannot come from Iran. It's a very good publication for women, right? So that's the way. So he was asking me, why didn't you get it published here? I said, this in the custom, I said, your chair that you're sitting is from China. Your shirt that you're wearing is from Venezuela, maybe. I said, the pen you're writing is from Japan or France. I said, what are you talking about? You'll get water also from there. At that time, to drink water, it would look stupid at that time. If you carry water outside, there's something wrong with the person. We used to see that at Hajj all the time. Then here now, it's a $1 billion industry.